good to see you all, even from far away, and I'm excited that you're all here watching our virtual dance class online. We are going to have our advanced and intermediate jazz class, and I can't wait to see you in a few weeks when we come back. So before we get started, let's go ahead and pray. Dear God, thank you so much for this beautiful day and all these amazing dancers. Give us strength as we dance. Give our bodies and minds clarity, and give us peace through this crazy time. Help our minds and bodies to be sharp, and help us to come back even more joyful than we were before. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. What else to do? Okay. Okay, so we're going to get started with our heads and shoulders just to make sure that we're warming up and loosening up all of our muscles. 4 times. Here we go with our heads. Down and up and down and up and down and up. And looking to your right and left. Nice and gentle. Make sure you're not over-exaggerating. And then we're going to take it down and all the way around, nice and slow. Other direction. Very good. Now we're going to take our shoulders up and around, nice and slow. Four times back, and then we're going to take them 4 times front. Nice and slow. Moving up all of our muscles. And then we're going to take our arms all the way up, deep breath in, and take it all the way down, touching the floor, and slowly coming up, just getting our breath in. Breathing in and out, all the way down. And coming up. We're going to take our arms, stretch them over. And then we're going to take the other arm, and we're going to stretch it over. Good. Take it back, stretch it over. And switch. Set your arms nice and strong. Good. And shake it all out. Okay. Now we're going to continue with our exercises and keep warming up our body. We're going to take our arms up, breathing up and out. In, up, and out. Breathing in and out. Reach, and reach, and reach, and reach, and reach. Very good. Now, if you have a little bit of space in your house, and you can do a little bit of a light jogging, make sure you're rolling through your toes all the way to the floor every single time. And it's not a hard jog. This is really light, just to get your toes moving like we normally do in class. So we're just going to do a light jog. Really light, just keeping everything loose. Kind of like a pony step, but with a bit of a hop to it. If you have an apartment, then just do it lightly. We're going to do it for too long. Making sure you're pointing your toes every time. And one more time, breathing in and out. Take it over, stretch. Nice and gently. Other side and reach. One more time. Take it over. Reach. Last time. Take it over and reach. Very good. Give yourselves a hand to finish that part. All right, what we're going to continue on doing is working on through the legs now like we normally do in class. And we're going to start picking up the legs, but we're going to do some squats first. So make sure you have a little bit of room around you so you're not going to bump into anything delicate. Okay? Starting with our knees, make sure you don't bend from the waist. Make sure you're bending from the knees so everything's nice and relaxed. We're going to go down and up and down, making sure everything is nice and relaxed, the core is nice and tight, and we're bending only from the knees. Now we're going to go up put it all together. Here we go. And down, over, up, down, over. Making sure you're keeping your core nice and engaged so you don't fall over. Let's reverse it. Down, up, over, down, up, over, down. Last one. Good. And we're going to take our arms up. And we're going to plie all the way down, keeping everything parallel and coming up as far as you can go. Some of you might not be able to go down quite as far. That's okay. We're just going to go nice and slowly down as far as you can and coming right back up, but nice and slow. You can use your arms for balance. Last one. Here we go. And all the way down, making sure you keep your pelvis tucked under. Good. All right, let's turn to the side now and take a lunge. Try to get your back leg nice and straight. Keep this one as 90 degrees as you can. Take an arm up. Good. And now we're going to straighten both knees, putting your hands on the floor and taking your nose to your knee. Good. Take it out again. Take your knee out. And both knees straight. Nose to your knee. All right, let's switch. Other side. Here we go. Take it down. Keeping your core engaged. Make sure you're not lifting your shoulders and nice and push down. Get your hands down, nose to knee. Take it down. If you need to, you can put your hand on something for balance, but I like to use my knee just because it keeps me from going low. And last time, nose to knee. And back to center. All right, continuing. Here we go. Pick your knees up. Keep it nice and straight. Point your toes. Make sure you're keeping your core nice and engaged. And your standing leg is going to be slightly bent. Open it to the side.
Good.
Take it back front. And hold it up to the back. Here we go. Taking our plies down and up, down and up. If you need to, grab onto something to hold on to. All right, we're going to take it front, and we're going to grab our toes, pull towards the ceiling. Keep this leg nice and straight, and this leg nice and bent. All right, let's switch feet. Here we go, picking it all up. Keep your core nice and tight. What helps you stand. And open it to the side. Make sure that hip is nice and rotated. Don't let your hip do this. Make sure it's nice and locked into the socket. And take it back. And down and up. Make sure you're standing in nice and parallel so that you can keep your weight over your toes. And make sure you're feeling it through the quads here as well. Take it front. Here we go. Pull our toes towards the ceiling. All right, we're going to stay turned in and up and plie. And up to a releve and down. And up and down. Up and down. Very good. Shake it all out if you need to. Stretch any other parts of your body you haven't yet. Okay, so now we're going to do some circles. We normally do them turned in, and for this demonstration, I'm going to suggest that if you have like a mat or a piece of carpet somewhere in your house, to find that, because it might be easier to do this turned in. So you're going to put your foot, one foot on the edge of the mat, so it's right on the edge so you have a little bit of momentum to get through the first. That way, when you come through first, you're going to lift your hip through, but you're not going to be moving all of this around, and you're not going to be bending. quads a little bit stronger for when we come back to do jumps. So some of you know my favorite move is a nice deep second. So you're going to keep your legs hip width apart, and we're going to do a grand plie, nice and slow, and coming up. Keeping your core nice engaged, and all the way down. Make sure you're controlling coming up and coming down, like a rubber band. And 4, now we're going to stay down there. Here we go, and just a little bit of a bounce. For those of you in my class, you know I love this move. And now we're going to slowly straighten up. Your quads are probably going to be hurting. And all the way up to releve, take a balance. Take your arms, move them around. Test your balance, see if you can stay. And turn it all in. You're going to take your toes, stretch it all the way over, and slowly roll up. Okay? Now for our toes, I have a little bit of a new exercise. I haven't done this before, but I think you'll like it. So you're going to start a nice little general first position, not too extreme for ballet, but just about a 45-degree angle. And you're going to take your tendu, lift it off the floor, and you're going to turn it all the way in, all the way out, and back to tendu. If you need to hold a chair or a wall or something for support, that's okay too. But you're going to lift, turn it all in, turn it all out, and point. Lift, in, out, point. Lift, in, out, point. In, out, point. And then we're going to change feet. If you need to shake it out, if you think it's a cramp, that's okay too. Here we go. Lift, in, out, point. Lift, in, out, point. Lift, in, out, point. Lift, in, out, point. Very good. If you have all done with that, then I would highly suggest you stretch out your knees and your backs, doing either the seal stretches or any of the other general floor stretches that we normally do. Okay, so now we're going to go on the floor. In case you forget how to stretch your knee, you're going to lay down on your back. One knee is up, one knee is going to cross over. Nice. Think of it as your butterfly position. Lift the other knee, take your hands through, and gently pull towards you. This is going to release that IT band on the side. That's going to help with all of your knees, your ankles, all of those important moves for jumps later on. And then we're going to switch legs, so you're going to cross it over, change arms, and pull it towards you. Make sure you're doing all these stretches nice and gently. Don't ever force a stretch. Especially if you've been off dancing for a little while, you might be tempted to go really, really crazy with your stretches. Don't do it. Just be gentle and nice to your body. It loves you. If you need to, take it over and stretch out your back. And make sure you're always doing this stretch with your flex. Very good. And then you're going to swing to your stomach. Make sure you're doing those back stretches. We do those a lot in class. Keeping your hips on the floor. If you can't quite get your arms all the way straight yet, that's okay. Just go as far as you can, and that'll be great. Just 2 more. Nice and stretch. Make sure you're always gentle with your muscles. And never tense anything when you're trying to stretch, because that can lead to injury. And here's the last one. Make sure your shoulders are not lifted. They're pushed down and away from your ears. And that's it. Take it all back and stretch it out. All right, that's it for the stretches. So if you need to, get a drink of water. Okay, now we're going to practice our spotting for those of you who have really small confined spaces. It's not possible to do a lot of shinade turns, but it's still a good exercise for practicing your spotting. And this goes back to the very basics. I learned this when I was yay high. So it's good practice. So keep your hands down on your waist or on your shoulders, depending upon what you want to do. I'm going to keep my hands here for now because I'm focusing on my spot. So wherever you're in your living room or your garage or wherever you may be, you're going to pick a spot on the wall, and that's this is just a really good way to test your spot and see if you're actually coming right back to that spot. You can do it a few times each side, just giving yourself a chance to really focus, and tinier steps the better as you get around. It's just good training for your brain. To the left. All the way around, then back around to the front, coming around. Make sure you're flipping. Pretty soon you'll be able to do it without having to use your hand. Let's do some pas de bourrée. So focusing on our jazz moves now. We have a back side together is our typical pas de bourrée combination, but for jazz it's a quicken back side to front, and we're gonna make sure that that back heel is popped up. That's our power foot, remember. And your right arm, that's the arm that is telling you which direction you're gonna go. Make sure that those are squared off so that you push off the back foot in order to do that pirouette position. So for jazz, when you take the pas de bourrée back side to forth, make sure you have a nice deep plie so that you can really pop up to that releve position. So once again, you're going to take a pas de bourrée to that fourth position, and the first set we're going to do out passe. You can start from parallel or that 4 starch that we normally started. It's up to you. But you're going to do your back side to forth, take a nice plie, and just bounce there for a minute so you can feel that position and come up. And then we're going to do it to the left. Have step and back side together, making sure you're feeling where the muscles are hitting the floor, and make sure you have a good plie. Okay? So let's do it right and left, and then twice on both sides, and then we're going to add it to that passe balance. Kind of that falling over the log that we normally do in class. Okay? Here we go. So you have a back side front, and hold, and up. And you have a back side front, nice plie, make sure you're really good and stable. And then here is with the passe down and up. Make sure you're balancing. If you lose your balance once or twice, just try to find your balance again. And coming down, and then to the back, the left side is your back side front, down, popping up, making sure your core is nice and controlled in the passe. You're not out and you're not over too much. Okay? You can also take a pirouette with this. So if you do a pas de bourrée to fourth, you can take a pirouette, and from your pirouette, you can take your step and come down to finish in a nice 4 starch. Left side might be a little bit harder for you. If you have a lot of room around you, make sure you have enough room to swing your arms so that when you pull it in, your arms aren't going to hit anything in the front. And make sure you practice that song that we just did and finish here. Alright, practice that twice to the right and twice to the left. Here we go. And we have pas de bourrée to fourth. Take your pirouette and down and stop. To the left, back side front. Make sure you have a good plie. Take your pirouette and step and touch. You don't have to do a lot of pirouettes in order to make this work. You just have to really use your muscles. And step, touch, and last time, pas de bourrée to fourth, and pirouette, and step, touch. Good. All right, now we're going to do some grand mamas, so make sure you have lots of space around for everything, and make sure you're not overstretching underneath here. So I'm going to do a nice kick, just front, first, and if you have room, side. And a nice breath, just to relax the muscles, and take it all the way down, stretch, nice and long. If you can, take your leg, stretch it out, just find a nice balance, and hold, and take it to the front. If you need to, you can take it front first, and then open it side. That's also another way of doing it. Make sure you find your balance. And take it up and balance it. And you can also take your leg to the back. Some people call this a scorpion move, but on your ability to balance. Let's do the other side. Good. Now we're going to do a few chenets. So I'm going to take a little bit of a step over, and I'm going to do 2 chenets and a soutenu turn, so we can do change directions much quicker. So if you have a lot of space this way, you might want to keep your spot really tight. 2 chenets and a soutenu turn, and then a step. Here we go, left side. You can also take a split. I'm going to take my right foot first. Make sure you're having a nice stretch. Get up and over. And reaching it back. Take your center split, reach it all the way over. Can't reach your toes yet, that's okay. Just keep stretching. And change feet. Take it all the way down. And up, take it back. Make sure you cool down just as well. It's very important to keep your body healthy and just kind of tone down after. Okay, now grab your book. So we're going to work on typewriter. Take your book. Remember the mime portions that we talked about where the exaggeration comes from moving the book to one side and your head to the other. It's really important in order to get the motions, and they have to move at the exact same moment. So practice it in the mirror a lot. It will really help you and to get your timing together. At the beginning of the piece, we have the 4 books, and then we have the 4 people behind that are miming the typewriter. So make sure that when you have a book, it's nice and small, it's easy to carry, and it can open, preferably a hardbound book. That way it's a nice, crisp picture when we use it as a prop. And we can talk about coverings and things later. But anyway, take your book, and when you go around, we have the first group goes around. Now your head doesn't follow the book. It doesn't move around and follow the book. The book goes, but you kind of peek out from the book and then cover your face again. So make sure it's really important when you practice in the mirror. You should see yourself around, see yourself, and then don't see yourself at that point. Then we're going to close the book, and we turn just the front line, the 4 people in front, turn and we walk off the stage, and we go to collect those benches, presumably. Hopefully we can still use them. I'm still debating on that. And you'll put your books down to the side as well. When we come in and we take the bench, for instance, we have the 2 people bringing in the bench. The 4 dancers in the front are still doing the typewriter. So for those of you who have heard the song, if you need the song again, please let us know. We can let you know which version of the song it is, but just keep practicing the miming of the typewriter for those of you who remember that part. After that part, we have the group 1 and the group 2. Remember, our directions changed, so group 1 is now moving towards the left, and group 2 is now moving towards the right. When you're doing your moves, we have a scuff, hop, step, and you have a half of a grapevine and a step to a tendu. One more time. Scuff, hop, step, grapevine, and step. And when you step, you have a little bit of a shoulder move going on, so make sure you keep the shoulders. They're not on equal lengths. They're kind of a bit of a lean back, as we've talked about, and the hands are slightly flexed. That's group 1. You're going to the left first. Scuff and step, and 1 and out. The group 2 has it in the opposite direction. Scuff and step, and out. One more time for the group 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and out. Last time I'm going to do both sides together so you can see it all together. Ready, and 1, 2, and 3, and stay. Second group, 1, 2, and 3, and stay. Okay? Now for the third group who had just come in with the benches, make sure we'll work that out together, hopefully sometime soon in class. But just remember that kind of idea that you're bringing in an object so we'll use them later on, hopefully. Okay, for group 3's part, remember you're coming from the back, moving forwards. Hopefully we have the benches here, and we have group 1 and group 2 also in front of you. You're going to be traveling through them. And at the halfway point through group 3's part is when everybody does the step, hop, step, step, turning. Everybody does that together. So if you're forgetting how to do that, it starts on your right foot with that scuff, kind of similar to the group 1 and group 2. So you have a 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Jeté, step, 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 toe, hop, step. Remember tap moves. It's very similar to tap moves. So one more time, you have a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Remember there's a hold there that everybody joins in for the turning step into the stomp. Everyone joins on that part. And it's important that we keep that little bit of hesitation in front because the music cuts out there. One more time. 5, 6, 7, you have, and a 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Okay, let's do it with music. Grab your book, make sure you have lots of room. That's it for today. Thank you so much for attending our virtual class, and keep practicing at home, and we'll see you soon.